Welcome back to another video. So I have over here two models. One has been modeled and the other one generated using generative AI. I'm really curious if you can tell from this distance which is one and the other. So let's take a look and go a little bit closer, and this will be more obvious. So we see that this one will be the one generated using Spark 3D, and we're gonna see that it will not have consistency. Over here for the rim design, we see it's a little bit weirdly shaped, so it's not a perfect pattern as we can see it, while the one that has been modeled will have that perfect pattern. It's the same over here with this section. We see a lot of noise geometry added, while the one modeled will have the following hexagons over here. For the front of the car, we're gonna see again some changes. We see how many details are on the one that has been modeled. And we're gonna see that this will not have appropriate, let's say, symmetry. We see all of those small elements. It's not perfectly symmetric. Even though over here for the headlights and other details, it looks that it's quite symmetric, it will actually not. If you're going to take a look over here for the overall proportions of the car, I'm going to transfer the models within CATIA and we're going to compare them, within Blender, and we're going to compare them a little bit faster over there. We see over here for the overall proportions, since this tool had quite a lot of models, I think, that are based on Tesla, the overall shape of the car will be a little bit different over here in the back. And regarding the tail lights and the stop lights over here, again, it will be really weird. So we're going to have those details added over here. This is the side of the car, and we see over here that it will have this small mark over here and the door will not be fully defined. While for the one that has been modeled, we're going to see those seam lines where that door will be defined. Now, let's take a look and analyze the input image for this. So keep in mind that this was using a single image input. And this is the first one, as we can see on Spark 3D. This is hosted on Hugging Face. This will be the input image, and this will be the output model. This is actually the one that I loaded within CATIA. As we can see over here, what we discussed previously regarding the symmetry. Over here, those elements on the door, and over here a total mess on the back. And overall, the proportions of the car for the, let's say, for the front, we're gonna see over here how that rim should have been designed and what this was outputted. But the overall shape of the car is not that well defined. Now I also added an additional image, which will be this one, and this will be the output. As we can see, just by taking a look at the 3D model, we're going to see that the overall proportions for this car are not that well defined. So we see that this the length of the car is not properly defined, and it will be a little bit weirdly shaped. In order to better highlight this, I also added those within Blender. And we're going to see over here the proportions for those. So this is the one modeled. This is the one generated by Spark 3D, the one that I also loaded within CATIA that we discussed previously. And this is the second attempt using the other image. So we see over here that the proportions of the car are quite bad in this case. Over here for the front, it will have better details than this one, as you can see. So a little bit better symmetry over here, and but the overall proportions are not that good. Now, let me align these two cars. So I will use the align tools. I will align this one with the modeled one on the X and the Y. And we're going to see that they will overlap like this. So if I'm going to slightly move this on the Y-axis, I also scale them within Blender so that I can have them matched to be roughly the same size. I will also change the color for this one to be, let's say, red, so we can better visualize this. And we're going to see how this will overlap with the model one. So overall, the proportions are quite good in this case. But over here, the one using generative AI will be a lot larger in the back. While if you're going to compare it with this one, I'm also going to align this on all axes, we're gonna see how small this will actually be. So if I'm gonna go over here within wireframe, it's not that visible. But if I will hide the red one, we're gonna see how narrow this car will be. We see over here where the mirrors are, the back of the car. One solution would be to just scale this on the y-axis, so we can elongate the car like this. And the new car will have the following proportions. If I'm gonna move this over here to the side in order to better visualize it, the proportions will now be like this. So we see that generative AI didn't manage to replicate the proportion of the car. And also this will lack a lot of details over here. And over here on the back door, it will have that weird geometry added. So we see on the one that has been modeled, and generative AI decided to put one handle over there. Okay, this is a limitation that Spark 3D currently has, but there are other tools where you can add multiple views, and Viscom also added the possibility to generate a concept, create a 3D model for that, but also if you want to keep that as an image, you can rotate that within the composition. So, and only afterwards you can generate a 3D model if you're going to generate more input images. So I'm really curious, what is your opinion regarding this? Do you think that generative AI, especially for car, let's say, design, will be a disruptive technology? Because in my opinion, it will be. Even though currently the output is quite bad, they will start to improve this, and we can start using this within software such as CATIA or Blender as input mesh references, and we can design using those references. So I will make a series regarding this within CATIA, and we're going to see how we can import some elements as editable, and we can work with those directly within CATIA 3D experience. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this kind of content. I will position a similar video over here on the left side, and I will also add a subscribe button to the right. So that's it. Thanks for watching.